Now we can discuss an experiment. Friends, what is meant by an experiment? An experiment is a process or a method under observation. Observation means supervision, under supervision, and under more or less identical conditions. Identical conditions in the sense the conditions are similar, which results in one or more outcomes. So in experiment, these things are very important. So that means an experiment is a process. It should be a method. A method means there are certain steps, and all these steps should be under observation. Means these should be under supervision and under more or less identical conditions, which results in one or more outcomes. Outcome means the result of this experiment. So whatever be the experiment you are performing, so the result of that experiment is nothing but the outcome. And the outcome may be one or the outcome may be more outcomes. Friends, these experiments, some experiments are performed in a laboratory, like physics and chemistry. These are the experiments which normally you are performing in experiment. You are performing in laboratory. But there are certain experiment which we have to perform in nature, which we have to perform outside the classes, which we have to perform in the environment. So these are, that is the outside these laboratories. So suppose if you take an example, so see this coin. So this is the coin, and if this coin is a fair coin, means both the sides are different. So one side we call it as a head. So this side is nothing but head, and the back side of this coin is a tail. So if you throw this coin, so that results into two outcomes. So either you will be getting head or you will be getting tail. So this is called an experiment. So that means the outcomes are, in this case, the outcomes are one or more outcomes. So this in this example, the outcomes are two. If you take one more example, so see this is a die. If you can you see this? So this figure represents a die. So die has six faces. So it has six sides. So this is number one. This is number three. This is number five. So back side of this number one is number two. So the next front side of this number three is number four, and this below this number five. This is upper face, and upper face is represented by number five, and below this side the number six. So that means, so this die has six faces, and we can represent this by either these holes, or we can represent this by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you throw this die, if you throw this die, this is a method. This is a method like this coin method. So what is this process? Process of a coin. First, you have to take a coin. That means start with selection of a coin. The first stage is to select a coin. The next step is you have to put the coin on a thumb. So put the coin on a thumb, and the third step is you have to throw this coin in the air, in the air. And when it falls on the earth, when it falls on the land, so it will be showing one side, which is upper side, and that we can say as the outcome of an experiment. So that means either we are getting head or we are getting tail. So likewise, this die experiment is what? So you have to take a die. A die is supposed to be unbiased, means all the faces are different, and you have to, what we have to do? So take this die in your hand, rotate it, and once you rotate it, then we have to throw and check what is the outcome of the experiment. So what the outcome of the experiment means? The upper side of this experiment. So the